Okay, so hello everyone. In this video, we will be solving the question number 3867, which is the sum of GCD of form pairs. It is marked medium, but I swear it is easy. Once we understand the question, we will easily be able to get to the approach, what and how to solve this question. That's the main part is to understand the question, and I hope that you will get it. Just try to be with me and yep, let's start with understanding the question and then we'll move to the approach. Okay, so let's first reposition ourselves. Okay, yep, let's understand the question. We are given an integer array nums, okay, of length and okay. We need to construct and prefix GCD. Okay, I guess so. This is the main answer that they are asking for. And for each index I, here are the conditions. Okay, mxi is the max of num0, nums1 till nums which means that for the ith index, mxi is the maximum of all elements encountered from the starting of the array till the ith index of nums. Okay, and the prefix GCDI is the GCD of nums of I and the mx. So the prefix GCDI is nothing but the GCD of the element at ith index and the maximum we have encountered till that index. And those who don't know GCD, GCD is nothing but HCF. Okay. So after we have constructed prefix GCD, we need to sort the prefix GCD in non-decreasing, which means that ascending manner. Okay. Form pairs by taking smallest unpaired and the largest unpaired. So once we have sorted it, it is in the ascending manner. So the smallest will be in the left and the rightest will be in the smallest will be in the left and the rightest will be in the right. So we need to form a pair of that elements or in that particular manner pattern. Okay. Repeat this process until no more pairs can be formed. Okay, so once the leftmost and the rightmost is taken, we will shrink the range, that is L plus plus and R minus minus. So if the pair is still possible, we can still form it. Then shrink once again, till no more pairs can be formed. Okay. For the formed pair, compute the GCD of two elements. Okay. So after sorting, we have made pair. So the element which are present in that pair, we need to find the GCD of that. Okay, like after sorting, here is the smallest unpaired, here is the rightest unpaired. Now what we have to do is just take the GCD of these numbers. Okay, if n is odd, middle element remains unpaired and should be ignored. Okay, so if there are three elements, so we take the first and the third one, and when we shrink, this second element is cannot be paired with any other, so we will ignore it. Okay, now we need to return an integer denoting the sum of GCDs of all forms. So after forming pair, the GCDs that we have calculated, we need to just sum. Okay, let's understand it with an example. Here is the example provided. Let's understand that only. Okay, 3, 6, 2, 8. Okay, so if we want to find, sorry, if we want to find this number prefix GCD I need MXI. What do we need? MXI. And what does the MXI? It is the max of the array till nums of I. So for suppose here we need the max of the array till this, till I equals to 0. So till here the max is 3. Now for 6, the max is 6, that is for index 1. For 2, which is at index 2, we are calculating from starting. What we have to do is, the answer is 6, because what we have done is we are calculating the GCD from start, that is 362, and for among all the numbers encountered yet, 6 is the greatest one. And for the index 3, the answer is 8. Okay, we have found mxi for each. These all are mxi. Okay, now what we want is the nums I. Okay, so we will iterate these elements, and we will do the GCD of these numbers, which are the mxi's, with the nums of I. So we will do the GCD of 3 with 3, we will do the GCD of 6 with 6, we will do the GCD of 2 with 6, and we will do the GCD of 8 with 8. Okay, let's do that. First write it down somewhere. For index 0, mxi equals to 3, and GCD will be of 3 comma 3, which is equals to 3. 3. Okay, let's write the formula once so that it will be easier. Prefix GCD I equals to GCD nums I comma mxi. Okay, so let's make this a little bit. Okay, for 1, it will be mxi equals to 6, as we have seen here, and thus the answer would be GCD of 6 comma 6, which is equal to 6. For index 2, mxi equals to 6 here, and hence the answer will be GCD of nums I, which is nothing but 2 comma 6, which is equals to 2. GCD is HCF, highest common factor. For index 3, mxi equals to 8 here, and GCD is 8 comma 8, which is equal to 8. Okay, so we have found these answers. Now what to do? Now we are told to sort it in the non-descending order. Okay, so let's first do that. For understanding, from this we have made this, from this we will make something like this. Now we will do that. Now we will sort. As a result, the answer would be, first will be 2, then 3, followed by 6, and then 8. Okay, we have done this as well. Now what we have to do? Now we are told to form pairs by taking the smallest unpaired and the largest unpaired. So how we will do is, in the starting, none of them are paired. All are unpaired. So for the smallest, we can see that the leftmost is the smallest, and on the rightmost is the largest peak. Okay, now we have formed a pair of these two and these two. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to repeat this process until no more pairs can be formed. Okay, so this is one pair. Now these two are the remaining unpaired. So now this will point to this, and now this will point to this. So now these two will form a pair. Okay. Now what we have to do until no more pairs are formed as possible. Okay, so now already all elements are exhausted. No more pairs can be formed. So okay, we have two pairs. One pair is 2 and 8. Other is 3, comma 6. Okay. Now what we have to do is calculate. Okay. Return. Okay. For each formed pair, compute the GCD of two elements. Okay. Now the GCD of 2 and 8 is 2, and the GCD of 3 and 6 is 3. Okay. Now we need to return an integer denoting the sum of GCD values of all formed pairs. Okay, so 2 and plus 3, which is equals to 5. And hence here the given answer is also 5. Okay, so let's understand the approach now. So what we will do is, I am planning to get or create one variable which will keep the track of the maximum element encountered so far while we traverse from left to right in the original names array. Okay, let's just first write it down somewhere. Create max I element to keep track of maximum element encountered till I index. Okay, now as we calculate the max element, why can't we just do the GCD along the way? That means for index 0, once we calculate the maximum, why don't we do the GCD with itself only? When we move to index 1, we have got 6 as well. So why don't we just do its GCD with nums I? So, okay, GCD along the way. Okay, that means we will do the GCD of max with the nums I. Okay, now we have traversed the nums array, we have found the maximum, and we have done the GCD as well. Here we have done all this over here. Now what we have done is sorted the array, because here is the step asked that we need to sort in non-decreasing order. So let's sort the array. Okay, and then what we have to do is form the pairs. Now you can see one pattern there. These numbers are sorted, and if you want to take the smallest unpaired and the largest unpaired, we can start from both the ends, form a pair, and shrink, like move this pointer forward and move this pointer backward. Okay, and while we are doing, we are forming the pair and we are calculating GCD. So why don't we calculate the GCD along the way only? Because GCD is not a heavy operation. You can do it along the way as well. Okay. Fourth is hmm, okay. Move along the edges and calculate GCD of pair formed. Okay. And once we have formed a pair, we just need to do the sum of GCDs. Sum of GCDs. So why don't we do the sum along the way only? Like for 2, 3, 6, 8. When we form two pair of 2 comma 8, we do GCD, which we get 2, and when and store it in some variable which is 2, and then we form 3 comma 6, its GCD is 3, and then we store in the same variable 2 plus 3 equals to 5. But now since the operations are over, no more pairs can be formed, we return the 5. Okay, so let's move to the implementation part. Let's move this guy aside. Okay, so first we'll find the maximum, keep track of the maximum. So we need to create a maximum variable, max I variable, int max I, and assign it int min, so that each every other remaining number is bigger than it. Now we will iterate along the loop array and find maximum number and do GCD. Okay, so for int I equals to 0, I less than nums dot size I plus plus. First we need to update the maximum. Otherwise it will, if we don't update the maximum before, what we will do is it will do the operation with the max element and counter till a previous index. Now we need to do GCD, but once we move along the array, the brave numbers will be insignificant. So why don't we update it in the nums only? So we will save extra space as well. It is given, it is in the formula only, nums GCD of nums of I and max I. Okay, now we have made nums array only as prefix GCD. Okay, now what is the next step? It is to sort in the ascending order. So we will sort nums in the ascending order. So if you guys are a bit unfamiliar with STL, do let me know in the comment section as well. All this stuff come under STL library. So I'll make dedicated videos for that as well. Okay. Now we have sorted the what you say nums or the prefix GCD. Now what we will do is we will once again form the pairs, find GCD and store its sum. So for that we will need an answer sum. Here return type is long. So our sum should also be long. So for precautionary purposes, okay, it will work. And we'll move. But now since we want the smallest with largest, we'll keep two pointers, left, right. And once we form pair, we shrink the range. Okay, so left will be at the 0th index because smallest will be at the 0th index, and right would be at the nums dot size -1. Okay, now since we want to ignore middle element in case of odd, we must make sure that L is always less than R. If L is less than equal to R, what will happen is that suppose the nums array is just 2. So L is also 0, R is also 0. So it will form a pair. Okay. So while L less than R, do GCD. Okay. And once you do GCD of nums L with nums R, we need to store it. So why don't we store it in the sum only? Not here. Sum plus equals to. Okay. Now update the range or shrink the area L plus plus R minus minus. Now we have found the sum as well after forming the pairs and doing GCD. So we will return the sum. Okay, so let's first check whether this is the correct output. Okay, so this is correct. Let's try submitting it. Okay, so hopefully you guys understood the question and then how we form the approach. If you guys have any doubt or not able to understand anything in particular, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you.